Assassin's Creed Rebellion, and here is my crafting guide. So how to craft. To start with, I want to say I'm not the crafting professional, and not everyone will agree with me. However, I'm just simply sharing my experience which I gained during the last 3 regions. So firstly, I will start from the obvious things, like Captain Obvious is speaking. If you see, every character has gear, and there are 3 slots with the gear: weapon, armor, and accessory. So depend on the level, these slots will be enabled. If you are still in the beginning, you will see it's not available. It's okay, just progress higher. So you will have 3 slots. And also, as you see, every slot has some kind of variety of armor. For example, this armor can be of 3 types: light, medium, heavy. Accessory also can be like 3 types, like belts, boots, some pouches. The messy thing is the weapon. The weapon has 7 types. So this is the most messy thing, because it's more easy to manage 3 types like armor, accessory, but it's really not easy to manage weapons. So where these weapons and armor and accessory came from? Everyone come from its own crafting room. So in your headquarters there are 3 crafting rooms. If you don't have all the 3, you will have, don't worry. So for example, this crafting room, it's for the accessory crafting room. This is armor smith, 3 types of armor. And this is weaponsmith, 7 types of weapons. Now you can let's start from the easiest, armor crafting. So there are light, medium, and heavy. How do you know which armor is for your character? Actually, when you go to your character, you will see, oh, this is light. For example, let's see. Let's take typical hero is Aguilar. So his armor is a light type. You see there are icons here, light. Accessory can be any type. So accessory can be any type. Armor only 1, and weapon only 1. For example, you can see the weapon. If you don't know the name of that weapon, you just see, okay, the 1st type, and armor the 3rd type. So if, for example, we're crafting some armor for the Aguilar, we don't take heavy, we don't take medium, we take light armor. So basically this is all the Aguilar can dress. And every armor, so I will go into details later, but firstly explain that every armor has some crafting requirements. Oh, not this one. Just details. Oh, it's jumped from light to heavy. Okay. Again, I should type on the information. Click on information. So, firstly, it requires some material. For example, solid thread, leather scraps, and it shows you it's required 40 of this material, but the stock 131. If you have shortage of some material, it will show you this in red. For example, no, I have all material for the light armor. But also it can be require some lower level armor. For example, this fine robe require you to craft a robe first, so it's like upgradable. So you check the robe, for example this one, and you need to craft the robe using fabric and leather scraps. So later you can craft the fine robe. So also it's require coins, and it's require time. For example, here just time estimated 9 minutes typically. For the rank 1 or 1-star armor, crafting time is pretty quick, and the requirements are not so high. However, if you go, for example, like this rank 3, you will see it's have a even cost is pretty high, and it's require a lot of threads and require high crafting time, like 5 hours, something like that. This 5 hours is a reference. So when I really want to craft it, I want to craft this fine Gambelson. I already have one. I want to craft another one. Unequipped from Grasper, because I crafted Gambelson unequipped from and I will craft it. So basic crafting time, you see, it suddenly become 4 hours, and it's depend on which craftsman I will choose. If I choose Hamid, it dropped to 3 hours because Hamid have some crafting ability. This will also be better. Anyway, you can see if I choose. Watch the time here. Watch the time here. It will change depend on which character I choose. And I choose, for example, Hamid can craft this in 3 hours. Because Hamid is a craftsman for the armor. Bartolome is a craftsman for what? Bartolome, not for armor, but probably for his weaponsmith, right? Where is his profile stats? Ah, here. So, yeah, it's master blacksmith, weaponsmith. So he will be useful on the weaponsmith. So I will use Hamid to craft, and the crafting cost will be 10,000 coins. It sounds or looks like expensive. However, I feel in this game coins are going I never have shortage of coins so far. So anyway, from the beginning of the game you will have only one slot for the crafting. With the progress, with the level, when you progress your level, you will unlock more slots. So basically I can craft another armor, and I will do it later. So, but here is another question. For example, for this crafting armor, where the materials come from? So, because to craft, you understand, to craft you need materials and money and some specialists to craft. Basically, anyone can craft, just it will craft slower or faster. But where the materials come from? To see all the materials you have, you can go to your storage, the storage room, and there you can click and see all the materials you have. Basically, in the storage you also can see all the things that are crafted so far, but also including medicine, maybe codex, but crafting materials are here. So here is show you all stock of your materials. So now, where materials come from? Primary source of the materials are loot missions. However, don't skip buying materials on daily selection in the shop. So I always, every morning when I go to the fresh daily selections, I buy this section, because this section is cost only like these coins. It's not cost helix or something, it's just coins that you have a lot of them. And it's very good, it's actually very good purchases. Like you got, sometimes it's a lot, 45 of this tanned leather, it's a lot, because if you really need it, you will maybe need to complete 4 or 5 loot missions, which will like take you time and will take intel. And intel is the most valuable resource in this game. Remember, intel is the valuable resource. So you need to manage it and to spend it very wisely. So crafting materials coming from the daily selection store, also coming from the Animus challenges here. You see Animus challenge, and for example, you see there is, it's not every time, but here it was, I took this 150 of hardened leather. It's so big amount, because if I need to get it, so I need maybe to make 10 missions, look missions, and pretty like high value for this 10 leather. So this is a very good giveaway, very good. So I just crafted this fine Gambelson using this gift, my cats. So, but of course, the primary source of the crafting material is loot missions. And here, why do I actually, what's the purpose of me doing this crafting guide? Because with the time I understand how to craft and use resources. Basically, my main idea is craft efficiently. What is craft efficiently? Okay, let me start from craft efficiently, because the first point is do not overcraft. Here, not everybody will agree with me. So, but my point is craft less, don't craft more. So, what it means? I remember, like when I have been, I show you my inventory. I remember when I have been in like region 1 and region 2, I crafted a shitload of weapons, gear of like 1 star, and I was busy crafting. I remember I was busy crafting in the region 1 and 2 because I wanted simply like, oh, I unlock new character, I need to dress him. I unlock new character, I need to dress him. So this is wrong. I don't need to dress every character. And especially once you realize there are very few characters you really use. For example, I sort by power score. And you see like first like maybe like 6 or 8 characters. This is whom I like going forward, collecting, equipping and something. And there are many characters behind that I now unlock them. They are maybe level, they're rank 1, and I don't care. I don't care. You see, they're naked. They're all naked. There is no gear. Why I should give them gear? So firstly, every mission you go, there are only 3 heroes for the mission. So my point, I equipped every hero for the mission the hero goes. And sometimes I can fine-tune the gear specifically for the mission. But also I craft for my main, like my main heroes, my main manpower, because they have different weapons. And I also craft for some specific purposes. And so happened that during region 1 and region 2 I overcrafted. And during region 3 I already become probably a little bit wiser, and I start to craft less. And I do craft. I need to craft because, of course, you craft the better gear, it's better defense or something, but I craft, for example, let's speaking about light gear. The light gear, I need just 2-3 items, not more than, because there are 3 characters, 2-3 items. So for the medium gear, I also maybe need 2-3 items. You see, these items I equipped. These items I overcraft, even they're like level 2, but they're just staying in the storage. no one hero wearing this item. Also you see here, no one hero wearing this item. So also talking about the accessories, look, the first page, nobody wearing that shoes, that boots. Why did I craft that? Just because I want to dress everyone. No, I don't need to dress everyone. So, and for the accessories are pretty easy because accessories can be shared. So basically with every upgrade you do, you see what you can craft. And also you carefully see what you can craft next. So for example, with the current accessory level, I unlock this studded belt, and I see that there is a fine studded belt that I can craft with the next level. So of course it maybe will make sense craft for me studded belt to make this fine studded belt that have much better stats. However, at the moment I don't craft it because it consumes a lot of resources and give me just what, +3 attack. Well, it's not worth now to waste these resources. I can waste these resources on more, like for example on the light gear, on some the same like this Gambelson. Or here, the Gambelson. It's also the medium armor. For example, solid mail. It have the same similar resources, iron ore, but it's have a better defense. So, for example, for this one, 2 rank 2 and this rank 2, it's have, can say not very significant, but +15 of defense. It's pretty good, +15 of defense. I still using this one because this get this lethality and this agility, so this is very great. However, this one for some characters like, for example, Beatrice. So I craft this specifically only one and only for Beatrice. She need this medium armor, and she is not, or sometimes maybe she need the run, but she obviously doesn't need lethality. So, but defense is what she need. And now I upgraded this solid mail to fine solid mail that you see compare with the previous gear. It's like almost double defense and have a great boost in the health. So, for example, my Beatrice now equipped with this fine solid mail, and the health boost is good for her. She has a lot of health, but remember, usually I use it with the Gaspar. So, and Gaspar using boosting health like +40%. So, boosting health and later boosting by healer health. So it's making sense to have a better health. So craft efficiently. Step 1 is craft for your main heroes. Check what these heroes need. For example, because the armor and accessory, it's more easily, so you will understand. You need just 2, not more than 3 of the light gear, but maybe a little bit specific, because the Claudia is a shadow, so need with more dexterity. Also, Louis is a shadow and a trap disarmer. Disarming also need dexterity. So for that, characters need dexterity, and you see dexterity, more dexterity. So it's fine crafting. But basically, you need shoes, these leather boots, 2-3 pairs, not more than, maybe some belts, maybe 2, and maybe pouches, 1 or 2. And medium armor, I don't have heavy armor. I have 1, but I don't use it because it's for the night Jorge, but I rare to use it in the real life. But I do craft it, for example, rank 3, this fine Gambelson because it's have a good boost in the dexterity, but I will not do it more than 2. I don't need more than 2. Weapons are more messy. So dagger. So here is, because there are 7 types of weapon, but luckily I can use the same dagger, you see, for the Beatrice, for the Claudia, and also the dagger I can use for the Maya, the dagger I can use for Louis, and the dagger I can use for Louisa. So basically, for example, for this, I share the weapons. I didn't craft a lot of daggers. Even I use them together sometimes. I, for example, have 1 fine dagger and 1 fine stiletto. That's it. So that level rank 1 is just I crafted before. It doesn't matter. So I don't use them. This can be basically sold out. This is more power and more attack, but this fine stiletto is because it has an agility boost, and agility boost, you see, plus 8. It's pretty important, like for example for characters like Maya, or for any character that need to boost agility. So here's simple dagger. Have 1 fine stiletto, have 1 fine dagger. So, and I don't need more. I don't need more. For the robes, I need for if you're talking about rank 2, I need only this, maybe 2 only. 1 fine robe that give a little bit of dexterity, and another one is fine cloak that instead of the dexterity adds some agility. And I need only 1, 2, and that's it. So I even don't need the 3. So craft efficiently. Look at the characters which you use the most, select their weapons, share their weapons. And also, so it's about the weapons. For the accessories, just maybe 2 belts, 2-3 boots, 2 pouches. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. For armor, I don't even do heavy armor. 1 or 2 only medium armor, and 2 or 3 light armor, because I use, my characters mostly are light, and medium armor I only use for Beatrice and maybe Kazim. So here is, if you craft only necessary things, so you will not spend your resources, because resources are valuable, and what is more valuable is the intel. I remember I spent so much time and so much intel doing loot missions during region 1 and region 2, and from my point of view I was wrong. And during the region 3 I didn't craft a lot. Actually, from the region 3 there are a lot of resources I still don't use, because region 3 is supposed to be for the levels like 20 to 30, but I am level like 22, but I already completed. So now I start to get loot from the region 4 and I still don't use it. It's okay. It will not disappear. Right? So now the simple question. Because the intel is the most valuable resource, so I prefer to use intel and my time for the legacy missions, because when I'm asking the question to myself, what is more important, DNA or materials? The answer is, more important are DNA of the characters. I cannot share DNA, but materials and later some weapons or armor I can share. So I try to spend my intel mostly on DNA legacy missions. Now about still you need to play. I always play loot missions. For example, for the daily objective, where daily objective always say, well, you need like to do supply room legacy loot missions, at least 2. I always do at least 2, even more. But also when I do the loot missions, I try carefully select which missions to go, because I try to collect at the same time different types of the loot. Also, for the efficiency of the missions, every mission has different efficiency. And look, for example, in every region there are, for example, region 1, there are 7 missions. Look at them carefully. Some of the missions has bonus rewards, because when you simply look at the top, you can see, okay, 5 ore, 5 leather scrap, 5 clothes. But you need to look at the details, because some missions are much more efficient. Look here. Look, the additional rewards. For example, in this mission 1, there is no additional rewards, just nothing. Mission 2, nothing, wood, I don't care. Mission 3. Look, it's have 5, 5, 5, and 5. So it's have 4 types of the materials. So if, for example, I need to do loot missions, or I try to increase my efficiency per same 5 intel, I can get 1, 2, 3, 4 materials. But here I will spend, for example, for this mission, the same 5 intels and get only 2 materials. And it's only 1 to mission per region. So watch it carefully. For example, here is nothing. Here is nothing. Here is nothing. Here is nothing. Okay, there was 1. Now let's do region 2. Here, okay, it just like nothing. I mean, there is only like face or main rewards. There is no additional rewards. Additional rewards, this dropping every time. So, okay, look at this mission, nothing. Look at this, nothing. This, nothing. 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 Oops. Look at this. Look at this. For the cost of the 7 intel, you get 10 ores, 10 leather scraps, 10 tanned leather, and also like materials from the next region 3, 5 these fine fabrics and this 10 leather. Well, if I'm going to replay this mission, I will in the, for example, region 2, or for the sake of for example, even I need for example, this 10 leather. If I need 10 of this 10 leather, I will not play mission 13. I will play mission 14, but it's not so obvious, because 10 leather here is in the face reward. So I see, oh, I need this 10 leather, I play 13. No. Play 14. There is the same 10, but later you have a shitload of others. So took at next mission. Oh, that's again. So extra ore and extra something for the next region. But I still don't really need a lot of this. The same is in the region 3. So this one, it's have some addition, but not so much. A little bit. Just nothing. Oh, this is better, right? This is a little bit better, but still not that good. And this one, what that, you see, 15 plus 15 plus 10 from the another region 4, and plus 15 of this hardened leather. So according to my personal needs, this hardened leather, try to click this hardened leather, is very important for me. I need a lot of that. So, and I would prefer to take this from this mission, for example 23, because I get 15 of that. I only can get 15 from here, as much as 15, but there is no any other additional rewards. So you see, this is how we can use loot missions efficiently. Okay, another thing what I want to say. I get an opinion from the people who say you still need to craft because of the challenges, crafting challenge. I agree with you. I'm doing challenges. Challenges are very important. Challenges, I mean that one in objectives. In objectives there are achievements. Sorry, in challenge achievements. For example, for the achievements, what do we have here? Where is it? There is crafting items. Craft. You see here, this artisan. Craft different gear. Now I need to craft 150 gear items in the weaponsmith, armorsmith workshop. So anyway, that's any of the three. And of course, I'm doing this achievement, but I don't want to craft for the sake of this achievement, and especially high-level gear. For the sake of this achievement, I later will choose what kind of, let's say, a lot of materials I have, and craft the simplest one, the cheapest one. For example, okay, this is used still a lot. Weapons usually use a lot of materials, but maybe I will check some light gear, just for the if I need for the sake of crafting. For example, this one, you see, 10 leather scraps, 10 this one. So if I later will collect a lot of big stock, you see, big stock of that and big stock of that, this I will just craft, because this one also can craft in no time, 9 minutes, so it actually will take even 5 minutes or 4 minutes to craft at higher levels. And I will have just big storage of materials, so I craft them for the sake of the achievement and later sell it out because it will just occupy my stock, right? But to craft high-level gear, this, oh, come on, I need hundreds, you see? Because I cannot craft another Gambelson. I should collect 120 more of the solid thread, and I should collect 80 more of this hardened leather. Can you see that? So I'm not going to craft more high-level gear, and with the even more higher level, the crafting requirements are more serious. So I'm not going to spend my time to collect these materials for the loots. For the sake of the achievements, later I will craft some easy stuff, which requires at least of something. For example, I will not even craft this cloak because it requires 15-15. But this one may be okay, it's 10-10. So the basic. Craft the basic for the sake of the achievement. Also, to another thing, look that some things will become obsolete with the time. So also craft efficiently. Do not overcraft and do not craft unnecessary things. For example, okay, let's do something simple. For example, you can see if you craft stiletto, later you can craft fine stiletto, right? After you craft fine stiletto and your levels go up, what can you craft? There is no fine stiletto rank 3. However, there is a dagger and fine dagger. And also what they do with the weapons, that I don't like this. What they do with the weapons, they just not do it continuously, like you can craft the stiletto on one level, later rank up, can craft fine stiletto. No, they say, okay, if you can craft stiletto, for example, at maybe rank 2, so fine stiletto at rank 4. So it's kind of, you should watch this like carefully, how to deal with this. For example, this one, ritualistic ciphers. So these ciphers, firstly you can craft at rank 1, later you can craft it at rank 3, later you can craft it maybe at level 6, you see, and later you can craft it at level 8. So basically to craft this ciphers is making sense, because from the beginning you can upgrade it to the end. However, if you craft, for example, let's say sword or bastard sword, it will become obsolete, because there is a bastard sword, and I don't know if there is and fine bastard sword, and that's it. After this you just throw it away. So as you see, there are already, like, for me it's available rank 3, there's 3 stars gear, but I even don't craft it, because this sword I only use for the Aguilar, the main character. However, he is running with this one. Why? Because in the Aguilar I value this level, I value the lethality, because mostly I use Aguilar not for the fight on this sword, but I use Aguilar for the assassination. So this gives me boost in assassination, and I can assassinate nicely with this one, rather than I, for example, craft the fine sabre. However, this fine pirate sabre, it's have a boost of the dexterity, so probably I will craft it for the sake of the dexterity. However, I have lack of the materials, so I rather craft more better armor first, rather than that which I use, because mostly it's for stealth. I don't have actually stealthy characters with this sword. Mostly my stealthy characters with dagger. Okay, so look to, again, for the crafting efficiency, look at the what you can start with and carry from the beginning to the end. Mostly there are no such items, there is only the ciphers, but for armor there is, like, you see here, just I robe and fine robe, so means I can keep this for 2 levels. And 2 levels, it's pretty long time. So of course I do robe, and later from the robe fine robe. So later I do the cloak and fine cloak from this, but I have only 1. And later on I do gambeson and fine gambeson. But after this it will be absolute, because the next is going leather armor. And leather armor, it will be good. It will be good. It is giving agility, but still I will use, for example, the previous one, gambeson, because it's have dexterity, and this will give agility. So I will craft this maybe 1, but this will give the progress for the next level, master leather armor. So I'm not going to for example, craft a lot of these cloaks or fine cloaks for the agility, because they're becoming absolute, and I will need to craft leather armor and just discard these items or not use these items. Okay, another thing about the crafting efficiently, the last thing for crafting efficiently. Look at the crafting hours. You see here's Animus Boost Calendar. You can see that on Tuesday there are 2 hours where you can do loot missions and get 25% rewards. This is good. Just do it if you really need something. And usually I'm trying, of course, if there is this hour, I'm trying not to skip it, but I'm not like seriously follow it. Another thing is just crafting coin cost is on Thursday. On Thursday, there are 2 hours when your crafting cost will be less. However, about this crafting cost, I really don't care, because this crafting cost, even it's high in the coins, but it's still coins. I have a shitload of coins. Okay? So, and that's it. So I will put my crafting points in the description, main crafting points, so you can read it more like essential. Anyway, craft efficiently. And to craft efficiently will save you intel for more important task as a progress character, rank up character, DNAs. DNAs are more important than gear in the end. Gear you will have, gear you can share. DNA not. Have a nice game.